Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Highclimber Ball Field on the campus of Shelton High School. As Mason Web TV powered by HCC. Gotta get some more volume here. Hold on a second. Is providing another broadcast of high school spring sports this afternoon. It's a non-league baseball game between the Shelton Highclimbers and the Tumwater T-Birds. I'm Diedrich Allen, and you are watching the Maple Glen Senior Living pregame show. Let me get my graphic up there. There we go. Today we have the second game of the season for both these two teams. Shelton is coming off a 13-4 win over Stadium Monday, while Tumwater opened the season with a 6-0 loss to Timberline also on Monday. Coming up on the Maple Glen Senior Living pregame show, we have lineups and the first pitch. It's high school baseball. The Tumwater T-Birds at the Shelton Highclimbers next on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. And we'll be back in a flash.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Maple Glen has a Sunday brunch, open to the community with free admittance when you schedule a tour. What a great way to learn more about this beautiful senior living community. Maple Glen Senior Living, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman at 360-427-0300 to learn more and schedule a visit to Maple Glen.
Frustrated by rising cable prices? You're not the only one. As your local cable TV provider, we work hard to give you the channels you want to watch the local news, enjoy family night, and cheer on your favorite sports team. We also fight to keep your rates fair, but at the negotiating table, large corporate broadcasters demand higher fees for their programming. As TV viewership goes down, broadcast rates continue to go up. It's not fair. None of us should cover their losses. Visit KeepTheConnections.com for more information on how we're working for you.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over.
When you see lights,
vests,
or reflectors,
please give us some room. Slow down and move over.
When you need us,
we've got your back.
Do you have ours?
You got our back?
You got ours? You got our back? Please, slow down.
And move over.
And we're back here at Highclimber Ball Field. Not getting very much level out of myself, so that's very interesting. But we will have to go with that as it is. Got the starting lineups here. Let's get to that right now. And the first hit is a pop-up. The leadoff flyer is going to drop in to the outfield, and the leadoff hitter for Tumwater's Palmer is going to motor his way around to second to open things up here. And let's see, get to that right there. So an opening salvo here for a double, straight up for the T-Birds. It's a different angle for me, so I'm going to have to get used to this one. Max Johnson on the mound for the Highclimbers. And strike one is called. Get my graphics back up here. Just underway. Batter is Jordan for Tumwater. It's a hit that went over the head of Maximilian Johnson and bobbled in the outfield. And we've got one run in. So back-to-back doubles for Tumwater. And it's 1-0. And the batter now is Gaither. Mike Gaither, I had that wrong on my lineup. And a strike one is called. That pitch is a ball. I got the wrong. Let's get the right camera over here. Here we go. Two strikes, one ball. One in, one on for Tumwater here. Top of the first. Nobody out. Is a swing foul. So the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a hit up the middle. Gonna get in the gap. That'll bring one around to score. And puts Gaither out there, and another run is in. So we have 3 hits here, and 2 runs are in. Next batter for Tumwater, Barons. Strike one call. And throw over to first. And Gaither's back safely. Playing over at first, by the way, is Hitzman. Caleb Hitzman for the Highclimbers. Max Johnson in with the next pitch. Runner's going. The passed ball, so Gaither's over on second. Time is called, and Coach Joe Winans, who was not on the field Monday's game, is now out there to talk things over with his battery, and that's Max Johnson, the pitcher, and Matthew Osberg, the catcher. It's already a 2-0 ball game, nobody out, and 2 runs are in. 1 is on in scoring position, and a 1-1 count. So, that's how we sit right now. Let's try that. Pitch on the way. Swung on and hit up the middle. Picked up and thrown over to first to get 1. Gaither will stay there. So we have 1 out. You can hear right above, we have a microphone right above the third base dugout, which is where the Highclimbers are. There's 1 out, and we have new batter. Strike 1 call. So you get Gaither over on second. The batter now is Holbrook for Tumwater. He'll hit one out of play. And that is 2 strikes. Next pitch on the way. It's ball 1. 1-1 is the count here to Holbrook. Next pitch on the way. And that was actually hit by a pitch. So that brings up Wager. Gaither's over at second, and Holbrook's at first. 1 away, 2-0 ball game early on here. And next batter is Wager. And ball 1. Here's a pitch hit out of play. So 1-1 is a count. Going through the signs is Johnson. There's a windup in the pitch. That one's hit. And a relay in. 1 run was going to score. And 2 runs actually are in now for Tumwater. So it's a 4-0 ball game. Next batter is out of play here. We got Noyce on deck, the designated hitter. So 1 pitch. And there's strike 2. Still 1 out. 1 on and 4 are in for Tumwater here early on. Top of the first inning. Pitch on the way. Another hit out of play. Count stays 0-2. Into the windup. And there's a ball. Ball 1. Strikes are 2. 4-0 ball game, top of the first inning. Tumwater on top, 1 on, 4 in here. No 1 out for Tumwater. Noyce is the batter, and he'll take strike 3, and that'll be 2 away. So there's 2 out and 1 on. And the batter now is Reed Little. That's ball 1. That looks like it's strike 1. Max Johnson on the mound. It's first start of the season, struggling right now. And he does a pop-up out of play.
Get that ball back, guys.
So that's 1 ball and 2 strikes for Tumwater batter Reed Little. Next pitch on the way. And ball called, so that evens the count up at 2-2. 4-0 Tumwater in the first at-bat here at Highclimber ball field in Shelton. Johnson, next pitch on the way. And that is ball number 3, and the count is full. Got Wager over on first for Tumwater. And there's strike number 3. Damage was done, though. 4-0 Tumwater. Top of the first. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with the Highclimbers. First at bat.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included in Hood Canal Communications TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit Hood Canal Communications online to learn more.
Might help if I turned everything on. There we go. So that is a walk for Hitzman. That puts him on first base. And that will bring up Ingstrom. So unfortunately, Ty Smotherman struck out to lead off the inning. And here is first pitch. It's bounced foul, and going on the play was Hitzman to second. He's going to turn around and trot back. And it's a 0-1 pitch to Ingstrom with one out and one on. There's a high pop fly into left field. And it's dropped. Hitzman goes to second on the play, and we have 2 on for the Highclimbers. That brings up Falcon. Actually, no, that's Max Johnson, excuse me. Somehow the order seems to get mixed up here for me. And let's see here. Max Johnson is actually up here. And it's 2 strikes to him if I'm trying to catch up. My position is not ideal, actually. Oh, actually, no, I'm way off. They've actually got Hitzman back there at the second trying to steal. So there's 2 away for the Highclimbers. Pardon me. So 1 on and 2 out. And there's a roller foul up third base line. Count stays at 0-2. That's ball 1. 1-2 the count. 4-0 Tumwater. Shelton at bat. 2 out, 1 on. Got Ingstrom over in first. Next pitch. Ball number 2. So the count is even at 2-2. Next pitch. It's a chop foul, actually. This is. So we stay at 2-2 for Maximilian Johnson. Order has changed here on me from what I got to start the game. Next pitch on the way. That one's in the dirt. So the count has worked full. Now behind it, Johnson actually had got in behind on this count, 0-2, and has battled back in, and it's even, or now it's actually full at 3 balls, 2 strikes. There's another foul up the third base line. Count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Bottom of the first. That one is fair, but it goes over to second base, and that'll retire the side. So the ball game remains 4-0. We head to the second for Tumwater. Tumwater is up.
Indicates access to high-speed internet during the school years can lead to positive outcomes, including, but not limited to, streamlined acquisition of data, academic achievement, career advancement, satisfying relationships, cuter children, joy. Our scientific conclusion? Call now and get the HCC Internet and Voice Bundle for the everyday low price of $44.95. Call today and save.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
Okay, we're back here at Highclimber Ball Field. Let's see here, Tumwater leading. And there's a drive deep to left field. And that was off the leadoff bat of Polito. And he dives in at first, head first into, and he is safe. So we have a leadoff hit here. And that'll bring up, actually top of the order, Palmer. Pitch on the way. That's a ball 1. And a double to lead off the ball game. A little bit of hit on that. And it is a 1-1. Runner on first. That's ball 2, actually. 2-1 is the count. 1 on, nobody out here. Top of the first inning. There's a drive deep. And there's a nice catch in center field. Records 1 out. One away and 1 on for the T-Birds. Next batter, Jordan, takes his strike 1. Next pitch, that one's knocked out of play. So Johnson gets a little break there. He's ahead in this count. 0-2 with 1 away and 1 on. Mind you that Polito's over on first base. There's a pitch that gets through the feet of Johnson. And they got the runner at second. But the runner over at first is safe. So there's now 2 away. Pitch on the way. There's a strike called. 0-1, 2 away, 1 on for the Highclimbers. Next pitch, it's a swing and a miss for strike 2. Johnson settling down here after a very rough first inning, giving up 4 runs on 3 hits. And that'll do a strikeout. And we head to the bottom of the 4th. Tumwater still up 4-0.
I admit, I did try another TV provider. It sounded like a great deal, but I quickly realized it wasn't. When I read the fine print, I was locked into a long-term contract with a huge cancellation fee. So I came back to HCC. They're more reliable, the service is local, and I save, bundling internet and phone with them too. And I'm a lot happier now.
Great service from a local company. Stay with HCC.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
And we're back here at Highclimber Field. So I gotta fix something on my graphics here. Let's try that. So Denning is the batter for Shelton. Trying to cut into this 4-run lead. First pitch, smacked into shallow center, and down goes Denning off of a 1 pitch, 1 out. And that'll bring up Farr, who smacks one. Straight up the middle, picked up by the shortstop. Throw over to first is in time, and that's 2 away. So the Highclimbers are hitting early in the pitch count here. But not successful. There's 2 outs already in the inning. And so that brings up pitcher Max Johnson. He took a strike 1. And that was ball 1. The 1-1 pitch now. Swing and a miss. So 1-2. Next pitch, it's a chopper. It's going to go foul. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out, 4-0 Tumwater. Shelton at bat, bottom of the 2nd inning, nobody on. That's ball number 2. For Max Johnson for Shelton. Next pitch. And that was ball number 3. Got away from the catcher, but no worries there. Count is now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Max Johnson, pitcher for Shelton. Next pitch. Swing and down goes Johnson. 1, 2, 3 go the Highclimbers in the second. We head to the third. And Tumwater due up.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Maple Glen has a Sunday brunch, open to the community with free admittance when you schedule a tour. What a great way to learn more about this beautiful senior living community. Maple Glen Senior Living, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact 300 to learn more and schedule a visit to Maple Glen.
That's my neighbor Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a big mistake. Hey, Joe, think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have the utilities marked before you start digging?
I'm not digging very deep. It's no big deal.
No big deal.
Dad, the TV's out. Internet too.
Remember, safe digging always starts with a free call to 811. Oh, what a knucklehead.
Now we're back here at the Highclimber ball field. 4-0 Tumwater on top of Shelton. Max Johnson still out there on the mound for the Highclimbers. Gives up the 4 runs. I have 5 hits for Johnson in the first inning. And the T-Birds from Tumwater have built that lead. Still trying to find out our sweet spot here at the ballpark. As the warm-ups are done, so due up for Tumwater. Let's see, here's Gaither. Damon Gaither had a double and batted in a run in the first inning. Actually batted in 2 runs. No, he batted in a run, never mind. First pitch, deep to left field, and that is out number 1. So 1 away for the T-Birds here, leading 4-0, top of the 3rd inning. That brings up Barons. First pitch to him is a bunt. Throw over to first is good enough from the catcher Osberg. So now 2 away. For Tumwater here. Top of the 3rd inning. And that'll bring up Holbrook. Tumwater. Can't read my own writings what he did the first inning. First pitch was a ball, I believe. So 1 ball, no strikes. To Holbrook. Next one's in the dirt, ball number 2. So 2 away here in the 3rd inning for Tumwater. They lead 4-0. And it's a 2-0 count. There's a hit. It's going to go bobbled into left field. Holbrook will make his way over to first, and he slides in safely. Well, that'll bring up, actually that was Wager on that. I'm sorry, I'm out of order somehow. So Wager is on. And a ball is hit deep to right field and caught there. So that makes, well, that ends the inning. So one hit, one left for Tumwater. Still lead 4-0. Highclimbers 2 up in the 4th.
Vehicle collisions are the #1 killer of teens in the U.S., taking 8 young lives every day. And speeding is a factor in more than half of teen fatal car crashes, but we can prevent these tragedies. Talk with your teen about staying safe behind the wheel. Remind them to follow the speed limit and adjust their driving for road conditions. Keep the conversation going and be the driver you want your teen to be. It's not just good parenting, it's a matter of life or death.
There's so many great things about life in Mason County, and Hood Canal Communications is proud to be one more. Headquartered in Union, we offer the speed and reliability your family needs, backed by hometown service and support. Whether you need to just check email or power all those Wi-Fi devices around your home, HCC has the right package for you. Stop by one of our friendly offices, call or visit hcc.net to learn more. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected.
Bottom of the 3rd inning for the Highclimbers, trailing in this ball game, 4-0. Due up here, we have Matt Osberg, Zach Jonker, and Ty Smotherman. First pitch will be called strike, I believe. Nope, it was a ball. First time up for Osberg. He's going to belt one. Drops into center field. He's going to motor around from first heading to second, slides in safely, so a leadoff double for Matt Osberg. It's only the 3rd hit by my count for the Highclimbers. And a pinch runner is Joshua Deemer. He'll go over to first for Osberg. And that brings up Zach Jonker. First pitch to Jonker is spun off, or actually caught him right at the wrist there, fouled off. And that's 0-1 for Jonker. Nobody out, 1 on for the Highclimbers. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Zach Jonker at the in the batter's box. And ball 1 is called there. One and 1 is the count. Next pitch. That one just got the elbow of Jonker, so there's 2 on for the Highclimbers, bringing up the top of the order, Ty Smotherman. And Ty struck out to lead off this ball game. It's his 2nd at bat, with runners at first and second for the Highclimbers. Trailing by 4-0. Shows bunt, gets it, bunts it to the pitcherman, looks at first and looked at the third, throw it back to third. And is he out or is he safe? He dropped the ball, he should be safe. And there's a push. We got some activity going on that third base. And they shoved, the third baseman shoved Deemer. And that should be an ejection right there. And the sacks are actually loaded for the Highclimbers now. And going to be a discussion between the umpiring crew. Coach Winans is going to take Deemer out the field. A little talking to, calm everybody down here. And somebody's yelling everybody to shut them down. I think it was Coach Winans from third base. So third baseman is going to be ejected from this ball game, I imagine, for the little shoving match over at third. And who comes in for him? That was Polito who got ejected, and it looks like number 5 is going to go over to third, and I don't even have oh no, it's Palmer's 5. He's going to move to third. And Palmer's replacement on the outfield I didn't see. So the bases are now loaded for the Highclimbers. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning. And that brings up Caleb Hitzman, if I'm still in right order here. Yep, it is Caleb. Very familiar with that young man during the basketball season. Although he wasn't able to play the last couple of games for the Highclimbers. Actually, the 3 games, the playoff games, and the district playoffs. But a hit here could get 2 runs for the Highclimbers, much needed. They've been trailing this ball game from the get-go here. The first pitch, pretty much. Swack is still the pitcher for Tumwater. Looks in for the sign. Throws the plate and a swing and a miss by Hitzman. So, first pitch swinging. 0-1 for Caleb Hitzman. Next pitch. And it's a ball 1. High on that one. It's a 1-1. Again, the sacks are loaded for the Highclimbers. Caleb Hitzman at bat. Highclimbers down 4-0. Chose bunt, pulls it back. Strike 2 called. So 1-2 is the count to Caleb Hitzman. Next pitch. There's a hit. It's going to drop in. Throw to the plate. 1 run scores, or 2 are in, I believe. And Hitzman is over at first base. So there's a Hitzman at so that makes 3 hits, and let me update my scoreboard here. Well, the rain is falling there, and 2 balls have been thrown to Ingstrom, I believe. No, 1 ball. So 1-0. So a little bit of rain is falling here. Expect a few scattered showers this afternoon. Hopefully we can get this ball game in. It's 4-2 right now. Highclimbers swing and a miss by Ingstrom. Highclimbers are pulled in with a 2-run double for Caleb Hitzman to cut the lead in half. Still nobody out. In the game on Monday, they were able to do a lot of damage with 2 outs. Next pitch on the way. Nice throw to the third, gets over the head of the third baseman and going to slide in, actually run into the scores 1, and the Hitzman is in. That makes 2, and the ball game is now tied at 4. So it's a 4-4 ball game. 4 are in here in the 3rd inning for Shelton. A little bit of rain fell in that last couple of pitches, and it's a 2-1 count to Engstrom, and he'll chop one to the third baseman. He'll glove it, throw over to first, and 1 away. It's only 1 out, though, folks. And it's a 4-4 ball game. And that will bring up Maximilian Johnson if they're staying with their order. Yes, they are. Just stuck him in there without letting me know, actually. So Maximilian Johnson. First pitch. That's a strike 1 at the knees for Max. Next pitch. There's a drive deep. Center field. And backhanding that one. And it's 2 away. So there's 2 down for the Highclimbers here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And it's Max Johnson, who had, I think, he went 4 for 4 on Monday. And it's Denning, the batter for the Highclimbers. Bases are empty, 2 away. And a high pitch for first one's ball 1. So Denning has another pitch, and he'll swing on that one. That one's into left field. Denning's safe. It's a throw over his head, the first baseman's head. And there is another hit. That's 4 hits for the Highclimbers, and Farr is due up for Shelton. Farr grounded out in the 2nd inning. Highclimbers have gotten 4 runs here in the 3rd. First pitch, another hit up the middle, over to 2nd will get to Denning, and that'll retire the side. But the damage has been done as the Highclimbers draw even. We head to the 4th 4-4 ball game. It's a new one. We'll be right back. It's Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Frustrated by rising cable prices? You're not the only one. As your local cable TV provider, we work hard to give you the channels you want to watch the local news, enjoy family night, and cheer on your favorite sports team. We also fight to keep your rates fair, but at the negotiating table, large corporate broadcasters demand higher fees for their programming. As TV viewership goes down, broadcast rates continue to go up. It's not fair. None of us should cover their losses. Visit keeptheconnections.com for more information on how we're working for you.
So we head here to the 4th inning. 4-4 ball game, a new ball game we have here. Highclimbers got 4 runs on, let's see here, I have 4 hits. And the big play there was Caleb Hitzman with a 2-run double to start things over. Then a passed ball and a couple runs score, and away they go. So leading off here in the third is Reed Little for Tumwater.
Hey, lock it down right now. Head to the game.
And Max Johnson, who struggled early in the first inning, giving up those 4 runs, has settled down and he's pitched quite a nice ball game. He now has only 5 hits charged to him, or I'm charging him to 5 hits. And Johnson is going to face Little. Polito is out, so he was ejected. And the first pitch was a strike. Next pitch is a swing and a miss, so strike 2. So quickly, Little is behind in the count. I don't see who's due up on deck after that. Could be Palmer. And ball number 1 there. So 1 and 2 is the count to Little. 4-4 ball game. Leadoff batter for Tumwater, Reed Little. Next pitch, the swing, and he missed it. Throw to first, however, and he tagged out. He's tagged out, so that's 1 away.
Looks like he caught it from here.
Either way is an out recorded for Tumwater. And that will, well, they still have Polito out there. He takes a ball 1. Interesting that Polito is still out there. He was ejected from at least the field, so maybe they're playing him as a designated hitter. And strike 1 is called on the next pitch. 1-1 the count, 1 away. Nobody on for Tumwater. Next pitch. That one's fouled off the screen. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Polito for Tumwater. With 1 down here, top of the 4th inning, 4-4 ball game. Next pitch, swing, and it's going to be hit into the gap between third and second. Picked up in the outfield, throw in, and Polito is on first base. And that will bring up Palmer, top of the order, for the T-Birds. With 1 away and 1 on. Johnson will look over at first. Polito has a nice little lead. Pitch is bounced to Osberg. Good stop there. And that'll be ball number 2. I'm sorry, ball number 1. Not ball 2. I'm thinking Caleb Hitzman, number 2. He's over on first base. Johnson, number 3, pitches it in. Another low pitch, and that's ball number 2. So it's 2-0 to Palmer for Tumwater in the 4th inning. 1 on, 1 out. Next pitch. Oh, just a little low. So it's 3 balls and no strikes. With a runner on at first, that's Polito. There is a strike right down the middle of the plate. So 3-1. Max Johnson settling in here. Next pitch. There's a chopper. It's over to second base. Throw to first is in time to get Palmer there. And there's 2 away for Tumwater here. And that brings up Jordan. Landon Jordan hits one right into the third base dugout. A lot of velocity there. That'll be strike number 1. Boy, you see a lot of people ducking under fences there. That far side from where we are. We're on the first base line, obviously. In the clubhouse. Runner at second, and that is Polito for Tumwater. 2 away. Batter is Jordan. There is a hit to third. Johnson will throw it over to first. And diving in and ending the inning, however, is Hitzman. So down go the T-Birds here in the 4th. So Highclimbers' turn. They tied things up their last time up. We'll see what they can do in the 4th. We'll be right back. It's Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
I lost my mother to a drunk driver. She taught me to be kind and good and strong. Be a positive force in a sometimes cruel world. I want to do everything I can to keep Washington a beautiful place. For my children, for your children. Become a Washington State Trooper.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included in Hood Canal Communications TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit Hood Canal Communications online to learn more.
Bottom of the 4th inning coming up. 4-4 tie between Shelton and Tumwater. Max Johnson, the pitcher, is due up. He struck out in the 2nd inning. And he leads off here in the 4th for Shelton. Swack still the pitcher for Tumwater. First pitch to Johnson is a swing and a miss. So strike 1. Leading off here in the 4th inning in a 4-4 tie. Highclimbers have come back, and they have a tendency to do that. There's a hit and a drive deep to left field, and it goes back to the fence. Johnson on the run for second. He's going to stand up. No, he's going to dive in safely, and a leadoff double for Max Johnson here to start the 4th inning for Shelton. And that'll bring up Matt Osberg, the catcher for Shelton. And we do have a courtesy runner for the pitcher, and I didn't see who that was, but we'll try to bring that information to you as soon as we can find out who that is. Matt Osberg waiting for the first pitch here. 1 on, nobody out here. 4th inning. Pitch in, high, ball 1. Osberg had a double in the 3rd inning. A 1-0 pitch to Osberg from Sweck. There's a drive, pop, high pop fly. It's going to be the left fielder dropped the ball. And Osberg is on first. So there's 2 runners for the Highclimbers. Just give you an error to the right fielder there, and that will bring up Zach Jonker. He was hit by a pitch in the last inning. So 2 on, nobody out for the Highclimbers here in the 4th inning. And Zach Jonker is the batter for the Highclimbers. Blaine, let's see here. Van Ochten is going to be a runner for Osberg at first. So the first pitch to Jonker. 2 on, nobody out here, 4th inning. There's a chopper. It's going to be picked up by the shortstop over to second to get 1. And Jonker is safe at first, however. And on the play, let's see here, the runner for Johnson moves over to third. And the runner, Van Otten, is out at second. So there's 1 away for the Highclimbers here. With 2 on, runners are at the corners for Shelton. And pop to the top of the order is Ty Smotherman for the Highclimbers. Throw over to first, and they've got somebody in a pickle, and got a player that goes over to second and no first there. They're trying to get a double steal going on here, and they get a runner over to Jonker's over at second now. So still 1 out, it's 1 away. 2 on, but they're in scoring positions with runners at second and third. And there's yet to be a pitch to Smotherman. Pitch down, ball 1. A little high on that one. Next pitch on the way. There's a chopper foul. So 1-1 is the count. So 1-1 pitch to Smotherman. He'll chop another one that's foul. Third base line. So Ty struck out in the first. He did have a hit in the third. Score a run as well. So it's a 1-2 count to Smotherman. 2 on, 1 away for the Highclimbers. Bottom of the 4th inning. Here's a pitch. So swing, got a little piece of that one, but still goes down as a strike. No, we got a piece of that. Sorry, yes, stays that 1-2. Staying alive is Ty Smotherman, trying to drive in the 2 runners on second and third. Pitch on the way. And that's ball number 2. So 2-2. Here's the count. Tie ball game 4-4. There's ball number 3. That even at full puts the count full. Excuse me. 3-2 to Ty Smotherman. 2 on, 1 out for the Highclimbers. Trying to go 2-0 on the season here, but they're tied in the ball game in a struggle. There's a pop-up. Is that playable? And it is caught. And everybody holds. Runners hold. So that'll make it 2 away for the Highclimbers. So 2 away, and Caleb Hitzman is back batting for the Highclimbers. Again, he had the 2-run double to get things going for Shelton in the last inning, and he's back up. Pitch to him. Strike 1 called. Next pitch on the way. That one's high. Nice catch there. It was ball 1. 1-1 is now the count. 2 on, 2 out, 4-4 ball game. Bottom of the 4th inning between Tumwater and Shelton. Next pitch. There's strike. Strike 2 called. So it's 1-2 to Hitzman. Next pitch. And that's ball. So 2-2. The count to Caleb Hitzman. Next pitch on the way. There's a swing and a miss, and down goes Hitzman, ending the inning and ending the threat. So the Highclimbers leave 2. Head to the 5th. Still tied. We'll be right back.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Maple Glen has a Sunday brunch, open to the community with free admittance when you schedule a tour. What a great way to learn more about this beautiful senior living community. Maple Glen Senior Living, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman at 360-427-0300 to learn more and schedule a visit to Maple Glen.
It may not seem fast or close to you, but 100 times a day we leave our office and put ourselves only a door away. An average of 2 patrol cars are struck and 1 trooper injured every month. It's Washington law that you slow down or move over when you see emergency lights ahead. We ask that while we're out here getting you and your family home safe every night, you help us get home safe to our families. Slow down and move over.
So as we head to the 5th inning, there is a new pitcher out there for Shelton. He's number 34, and I don't have a number 34 on anything that was given to me. I'm going to assume, and we know how assuming is Ramsfield, Austin Ramsfield, I'm assuming. Let me see here. Yes, I'm assuming that's Austin Ramsfield out there, but I'm not positive at all. So he will face first up. Let's see what changes we have now, as there's an insertion being drawn up here. That'll be number 17. It's going to be up, and 17 is Hunter Kingelhofer. And he'll make his first appearance here, I'm assuming, for Gaither on this. And again, there was also a substitution. We have a new pitcher out there, and I can't tell from where I am if there's any other substitutions out in the outfield or in the infield or anywhere else on the field. Maximilian Johnson still over at third. I believe Osberg is still behind the plate. So the first pitch is a swing and a miss. So Ramsfield is ahead in this count already from one pitch to Klingelhofer. Second pitch, strike 2 called. So 0-2. And there is a hit up the third base line. Johnson will throw it over to first, but he's safe. And there is a hit. Next batter is going to be number 3. Number 3 is Lewis. And throw over to first. Klingelhofer back safely. Nobody out, 1 on for the T-Birds. Lewis takes a pitch high. 1 ball, no strikes. In a 4-4 ball game, 5th inning. Nobody out, 1 on. Ramsville with the pitch to the plate. And call a ball there. So 2-0. Next pitch on the way. That's another high pitch, ball 3-0 to Lewis. Expect a strike here, and there it is. So 3-1 is now the count. Next pitch is a bunt that goes foul to third baseline. So 3-2. What you hear in the background is not an engine of some sort. It's actually the pool. The head works on the pool. Like they started back up here between innings. So Lewis is in there with a full count of 3-2. 1 on, nobody out. And there is out number 1. That's a strikeout. That's 1 away for Tumwater here. And it'll be up Holbrook, I believe. And he takes the ball. Next pitch on the way. It's a swing and a miss. 1-1 now. With 1 out here, 1 on. 5th inning play. Tumwater and Shelton knotted up at 4. You've got Klingelhofer over at first for Tumwater in the batter. It's a strike called, and the runner goes to second on the play. He's there safely. So the ball actually goes into center field. And that was a strike called, so it's 1-2 to Holbrook with the runner in scoring position with 1 out. Got a chunk of that one, or a little hit of that one. Still 1-2 for Holbrook. Next pitch, one's in the dirt. So that's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Holbrook. Again, 1 out, 1 on. Runner at second. Top of the 5th inning, 4-4 tie, a 4-4 ball game. And there's a high, a ball just a bit high, so the count is full to Holbrook. Next pitch, foul over the top, of the outside, over the backstop, and that's foul. So the count remains full at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch in there and a swing and a hit right to Johnson. He'll throw over the head of Hitzman. Runner goes to third, and they've got Holbrook in a pickle, and he is tagged out. And on the play, though, Klingenhofer is over at third base. So we do have 2 away. And the batter now is Wager. He takes ball 1. So 2 away and 1 on. The runner's at third. And Wager has a 1-0 pitch. He'll hit that one foul, third base line. So 1-1. Couple of errors over there by Maximilian Johnson. One on a fielding error, one on a throwing error, unfortunately, but a whole lot has resulted in it so far. Pitch on the way. There's a chopper foul. Short foul. It's 2 strikes now. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Wager. 2 out and 1 on. Klingelhofer is over at third. He led off with a single for Tumwater. They're trying to put him in to give them a lead, but it's 4-4 and 2 away. Pitch on the way. There's a pop-up, and there's that one playable. Johnson's under it. He had to go back, and he ends the side. So Tumwater leaves 1, and we head to the bottom of the 6th, still tied at 4 between Shelton and Tumwater.
Frustrated by rising cable prices? You're not the only one. As your local cable TV provider, we work hard to give you the channels you want to watch the local news, enjoy family night, and cheer on your favorite sports team. We also fight to keep your rates fair, but at the negotiating table, large corporate broadcasters demand higher fees for their programming. As TV viewership goes down, broadcast rates continue to go up. It's not fair. None of us should cover their losses. Visit keeptheconnections.com for more information on how we're working for you.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
Now we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, tied up at 4 apiece. Highclimbers, Engstrom, Maximilian Johnson, and Damien are due up, I believe, unless there was a change in the batting order. Looks like 24 is coming in here. A little change in that batting order. Don't have a 24 on my sub list either. So that'll be interesting to figure out who this batter is. No announcer here, so we don't have any way of knowing. But 24 is up for the Highclimbers in their half of the 5th inning, trying to break this 4-4 tie with Tumwater. Non-league action. Highclimbers have another non-league game on Friday on the road, then they open South Sound Conference play next week. I believe that's Tuesday. Yes, on Tuesday they head to North Thurston. So a substitution in the batting order, change in the batting order, and I have number 24 and I don't have a clue who that is. Now here we go. So a new pitcher for Tumwater as well. And strike one is called. And I don't have a 24 out there for Tumwater. Makes it difficult to do our job here. Second pitch, that's ball. 1-1 is the count. Next pitch on the way. There's a line drive foul, third base line. Makes it 1-2. Next pitch on the way. That one's in the dirt. Evens the count at 2-2. Leadoff batter here for the Highclimbers, trying to break this 4-4 tie, bottom of the fifth inning. Next pitch, there's a chopper, picked by the third baseman, throw over to first in time, and there's one away. And that brings up Max Johnson. Oh, let's see. I totally got that all wrong. That was Ingstrom the whole time. Where is my mind here? So Johnson is up. Takes ball one. Update everything here. So one away in the top of the fifth, or the bottom of the fifth inning for Shelton. Maximilian Johnson takes a strike one on the second pitch, so it's 1-1. One away, nobody on for the Highclimbers. Next pitch, there's a belt, that's deep. It's gonna go back to the wall. Maximilian makes his run to second. He's going to hold up there. Nope, he's going to stumble and fall, and they're going to get him. Oh, no. Max kind of put his foot on the bag and tripped and fell down. Couldn't get back to base in time, and that is 2 away. Oh, how unfortunate for Maximilian Johnson there. So there's 2 down. And that'll bring up Denning, who had a single in the third inning. First pitch, low, and I'm going to call that a strike. So 0-1. Next pitch, strike 2 called there. The 0-2 pitch on the way. And that one is called ball. Tumwater, the T-Birds thought that was strike 3 call, but it was ball 1. So 1-2 is the count to Denny. Next pitch on the way. There's a foul off the top of the screen. It stays 1-2. And there is a chopper. It's going to be chased down, backhanded, doesn't get to first. Nice attempt to kind of throw it out there, and Denning is safe, and they'll give him second. So there's 2 outs, 1 on. The runner is at second for Shelton. trying to get everything squared away. And there's a high pop fly. It's fair. 1 run will score. And then they'll tag him out there, but the run does score. It does break. Does it break the tie? Yes, it does. So there's 2 Highclimbers do break the tie. They get a run, but Ramsfield is called out trying to get to second, and we head to the 6th inning with the Shelton Highclimbers up 5-4.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Maple Glen has a Sunday brunch, open to the community with free admittance when you schedule a tour. What a great way to learn more about this beautiful senior living community. Maple Glen Senior Living, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital. 0300 to learn more and schedule a visit to Maple Glen.
Frustrated by rising cable prices? You're not the only one. As your local cable TV provider, we work hard to give you the channels you want to watch the local news, enjoy family night, and cheer on your favorite sports team. We also fight to keep your rates fair, but at the negotiating table, large corporate broadcasters demand higher fees for their programming. As TV viewership goes down, broadcast rates continue to go up. It's not fair. None of us should cover their losses. Visit keeptheconnections.com for more information on how we're working for you.
Other TV providers force you to sign a long-term contract. Then you're stuck with years of second-rate service. Hood Canal Communications delivers stunning HD, plus bundled savings on super-fast internet and home phone, with no long-term contracts. It's all backed by an exceptional team of local service professionals. No contracts, no nonsense, just great service. Don't get stuck with a contract. Visit hcc.net to learn more.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
Okay. Sorry about that. The audio problems last inning. Highclimbers get out of a jam, leave the Tumwater left the bases loaded, and Caleb Hitzman caught a fly ball to end it all. And we head to the 6th inning. Highclimbers lead by 1. Would love to get an insurance run or two here. And I think Farr is due up. No, actually, it's Max Johnson due up for the Highclimbers to get things started here in the 6th inning. So the first pitch to Max Johnson is a ball. All right. Next pitch. And it's ball number 2. It's a 2-0 to Max Johnson. Was it a double in the 4th, and he struck out in the 2nd. The 2-0 pitch. That one goes all the way past the catcher to the backstop, and it is 3-0 for Max Johnson. Osberg and Junker due up after Johnson. Pitch to the plate, and that's 4 pitches and 4 balls. So Max Johnson's on first. And I'm just trying to make sure that that is actually, can't see from here, if that is Osberg or not. Yes, it is. Osberg is 2 for 2 as a double and a single, but he was caught, and then he takes a first pitch strike. Throw over to first, and Johnson's back safely. So the 0-1 pitch, nobody out here, 1 on for the Highclimbers. And the ball gets by the first baseman, so Johnson's going to make his way over to second, standing up. Off of a bad throw. And now the Highclimbers have a runner in scoring position. Osberg has a 0-1 count. So runner in scoring position, that's Max Johnson at second. Osberg shows bunt, and it hit his finger or his sleeve. So you have 2 base runners for the Highclimbers, and nobody out. That should be Zach Jonker up in the batter's box. So we might have a pitching change here. No. Got a courtesy runner. It is Blaine Van Auden. at first. Max Johnson over at second. And Junker is the batter for the Highclimbers. Nobody out here, bottom of the 6th inning. Here is the first pitch to Zach Junker. He shows bunt, pops that one foul. So that's strike 1. Now rain's starting to fall again. The infield comes in for Tumwater. Junker showed bunt. Ball gets by the catcher and the runners advance. So we have 2 Highclimbers in scoring position. Van Otten's on second. Johnson's on third. And we have a 1-1 count for Zach Junker. Highclimbers trying to add on here, get a couple of insurance runs, as the T-Birds will be down to their last 3 outs. And Junker took, is that a ball or a strike? I think it's a strike. Yes, it's a strike. So 1-2 is now the count to Junker. Highclimbers with a 1-run lead and 2 in scoring position with nobody out. And that ball nearly got by the catcher again, but a good job stopping that. So it's 2-2 to Zach Junker. Nobody out. Again, 2 on. Van Otten on second. Max Johnson on third. Pitch is a swing and a miss, and down goes Junker for the first out in the inning. So that's the first out for the Highclimbers. And we have Wade Smotherman coming in to bat. The new batter for the Highclimbers. As rain is falling, I can't tell until I tip down to the open window whether the rain is falling or not. The windows are very dipped, oh, gee. And Smotherman takes a hit on the back, and the bases are loaded with 1 away. And that'll bring up Caleb Hitzman. Struck out in the 4th, had a 2-run double in the 3rd, and a hit in the 1st. Hitzman been the star of this game so far. And he'll belt one into the gap in center field. 1 run will score. Here comes Van Otten running around to score. And he's in there safely. 2 are in. And another throw over the head. And you have runners still in scoring position. And the Highclimbers are up 7-4. And still only 1 out. So those batters that were hit by pitches have come back to haunt the T-Birds here, as the Highclimbers now lead 7-4. And the batter is Engstrom. He'll take one in the low pitch, skips to the catcher for a 1-0. Pitch on the way. And that one's low. Ball 2. Engstrom ahead in this count. 2 runs are in, 1 out, 2 on. And there's going to be a meeting at the mound for the T-Birds. Just wonder if we have a chance to step away on this timeout. Everybody's in a huddle. It's 7-4. Bottom of the 6th inning. Shelton has 2 runs on 2 hits, 2 hit batters. And Caleb Hitzman is having quite a ball game. So far he is 3 for 2. I'm scoring it to 2 doubles and 4 RBI for Caleb. He is over at second base. Let's see here, and you got Wade Smotherman over at third. And the batter is Engstrom for Shelton with a 2-ball, no-strike count. Throw over to second. Hitzman is back safely. And a pitch to the plate. Engstrom shows bunt. Pulled it back in time, I think. Yes, he did. That's 3 balls now. So 3-0 to Engstrom. It's going to show bunt again. Pulls it back. They're going to call strike 1 there. So 3 balls, 1 strike for Engstrom. Again, 1 away, 2 on, 2 are in here for the Highclimbers in the 6th inning. So just look at the crowd over by the third baseline, and as they get under the cover, there's a chopper that's going to go foul. Third base line, it'll be a full count to Engstrom. 1 away for the Highclimbers, 2 on. Runners at second and third. Wade Smotherman's at third. Caleb Hitzman at second. Engstrom takes the 4th ball, and that loads the bases up. So the bases are now loaded, and that will bring up Maximilian Johnson. Had a heck of a game on Monday. Went 4 for 4 and batted in, I think, 4 runs. Off the top of my head, I don't remember. The Sox are loaded, and there are 2 out, or actually 1 out for Shelton here. You've got Maximilian Johnson at the plate. And he'll belt one. It's going to drop in over center field. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Johnson to a stand-up double. 3 runs will get in there, and that just blew the game open. So that was a bases, 3-run double for Maximilian Johnson, and the Highclimbers now lead 10-4. They've been able to get some runs here this season so far, and that will bring up 23, and that is still Denning. Still only 1 out. Does take a ball, I believe. That's what the board says. Pitch on the way. Strike called. So 1-1. 1 out. 5 are in. Here's another ball. 5 runs are in here in the 6th inning. Maximilian Johnson over at second. Denning at the plate with a 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Takes strike 2. So it's 2-2. It is 10-4. And there's a ball there. So it makes it 3-2 now. Count is full to Denning. Getting 5 runs is scored here in the inning, and there's a walk to put 2 base runners, and still only 1 out. That brings up Farr, I believe. No, that's actually the pitcher. First pitch, strike 1 called. Bottom of the 6th inning here, Rainbow has come out, so as the rain has, it'll stop for the moment, it looks like. And there's a chopper. It's going to be dropped down, throw over to first is in time to get 1, but the runners advanced, 2nd and 3rd. And that makes 2 outs for the Highclimbers here in the 6th. Max Johnson got a piece of that one, but takes strike 1. And the Highclimbers have batted around here in the 6th inning. And Johnson will get a chopper. That one's bobbled, and a no throw, but a run does score. So another run is in here. So that makes it 11-4. Still 2 out. And the batter for the Highclimbers should be Osberg. He had a single, and the last time he was at bat. Takes a strike 1. So 6 runs have scored here for the Highclimbers in the 6th inning to blow this game open. Started out with a 5-4 lead. And a throw over. Oh, we're going to have a balk on that one, and they're going to add a run. Everybody takes a base. So that makes it 12. And there is a 0-1 count to Osberg. And he'll pop one out, and that'll end the inning, but the damage is done. 6 runs are scored, or 7 runs scored. And the Highclimbers have blown this game open. It's now 12-4, and the last 3 outs for the T-Birds are next. We'll be right back. It's Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Neighbors help each other. It's how community works, and it's how we do business at Hood Canal Communications. We know you count on us for value-priced internet, TV, and phone service, backed by friendly local support. Your hard-earned dollars stay right here as we invest in our community, our people, and smart technology. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected while being a good neighbor.
So we head to the top of the 7th inning, the last 3 outs for Tumwater. And they have a lot of ground to make up. They trail now by 8 runs. An inning to go, they only had a 1-run deficit. Now it is 8. It's 12-4. Shelton on top. And it looks like, trying to figure out where we're going here. Oh, Lewis will lead things off for Tumwater here in their half of the 7th. And he should be followed by Holbrook and Wager. It's Ramsfield. I believe this is Ramsfield. If I get this wrong, I apologize. Nobody gives me an accurate lineup. Go figure. Three outs away from going 2-0 on the season are the Highclimbers. They do lead 12-4. First pitch. And that's ball 1. Maximilian Johnson playing a little bit in over there at third. Everybody else is probably straight away. Next pitch to Lewis is a chopper. This goes right to Hitzman. He'll rock over to first, and that's 1 away. So 1 out for the T-Birds here. And strike 1 on the first pitch. Next pitch is strike 2. This is Holbrook, the batter. That one's a little bit low. That's ball 1. 1-2 now the count to Holbrook. 1 away for Tumwater here, top of the 7th. 2 outs left for the T-Birds. There's a belt. That one's going to be foul into the bullpen on the far side. You can't see it. And so they're putting up 2-2. I don't know about that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the board. Pitch on the way. And that one was really close. That's a ball as well. That'll put it at full. 3-2 for Holbrook. 1 away, nobody on for Tumwater here. Top of the 7th. Pitch. That one's chopper. Foul. Actually, it's not Holbrook. It's number 1, and that is Grottle. What's wrong on all that? It's 1. The full count pitch. There's a swing and a miss. Nope, the guy didn't get it, so to throw it over to, didn't catch it, had to throw it to Hitzman, and that'll be 2 away for Tumwater here in the 7th. Last chance for the T-Birds. And this is a Wager. First pitch, a little high. Ball 1. (12-4) is the score. Shelton on top. Tumwater trying to stay alive down to their last out. And it's Wager, the batter, takes strike 1 call. So 1-1 now. On deck, I believe it's Noyce. If Wagger reaches, next pitch was a ball. So 2-1. There's a swing and a miss, making it to 2-2. Actually, it's not Noyce on deck. I'm not sure who that is. Next pitch in the dirt. So that makes a full count. 3-2. Highclimbers 1 out away from going 2-0 on the season. Wagger, the batter, with a full count. And that's a strike 3. A swing and a miss. The game is over. So the Highclimbers win 12-4. And we'll take a little time out. We'll be right back. Wrap this thing up. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included in Hood Canal Communications TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit Hood Canal Communications online to learn more.
What do you think it would be like to teach? Chances are, you have no idea. Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places, and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable. That's what it's like to teach.
Emerging science indicates access to high-speed internet during the school years can lead to positive outcomes, including, but not limited to, streamlined acquisition of data, academic achievement, career advancement, satisfying relationships, cuter children, joy. Our scientific conclusion? Call now and get the HCC Internet and Voice Bundle for the everyday low price of $44.95. Call today and save.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
And we're back here at the Highclimber ball field. Final score here, 12-4. Shelton improves to 2-0 on the season. I'm going to just run down some of the highlights here. Player of the game's got to be Caleb Hitzman. He was 3 for 4. I have him down for 4 RBIs. He had 2 doubles. Also, Maximilian Johnson went 1 for 3, but that one was a double, and he batted in 2 runs as a result of that. Highclimbers now improve to 2-0 on the season. Next up for Shelton is a non-league game at Elma on Friday. Highclimbers open South Sound Conference play next week and travel to North Thurston on Tuesday. Tumwater, by the way, hosts Fife on Thursday, their next action. Our next broadcast, weather permitting, is Friday as the Shelton fast pitch team fast pitch softball team hosts Olympia. First pitch is at 4 o'clock. And that does it for us here at Highclimber Ballpark, or Ball Field, as the Shelton Highclimbers knock off the Tumwater T-Birds 12-4. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you on Friday.